open it with a knife. Who drinks beer out of that little hole? How can you chuck it? Of course. That's creepy. That's an oldie. Okay, moving past the square sets. Oh boy, I see something over here that looks interesting. Wow, look at the size of that tank.
Wow. How the hell did you get that in there?
But this tank looks pretty cool. Wow, man, that's a big tank. There's a big steel stake on top. So, this was on a kind of a skid, a metal skid. I don't know, I'm guessing water. Look at the size of that thing, though. Go back down here once. Face off on a part of this. It's got to be 12 feet long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. 12 feet by about 4-foot diameter. That's really something. Tank was super cool. We're going to do the right-hand row. We've come to a huge haulage here. And this is the old one that you can't really get into anymore easily. Jump a can. It's an old company. Yeah, it's a woman with a fruit on her head. Okay, right-hand row. We're taking off down this thing. This is, I got a feeling, is a much older part of the mine, and it's very big too. This might have been a little bigger haulage. Let's see what we have down here. There have been tires in here. This is a tire tread.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Here's a big area that's kind of some pillars. Some more timbering. Oh, wow. This place is crazy. Huge chute here. Let's see what we find in here.
Oh, yeah.
There's part of an old vent pipe. It's too late to be water. Oh, maybe not. That might have been a water pipe. It's pretty heavy. Heavier than I thought it was. Look how old these timbers are. It's broken or what? I guess it's just cantilevers like that.
Right.
Yeah, that was water plant. There's a big spool. Something. Empty spool, I should say. Something lighting cable.
87,000
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Tumbleweeds, this must be close to the outside. Wow. That's an old door. This is an old door that's caved. Let's go this way first. It smells like wood. The size of the door. What's back there? Are you scared? I know. Not much. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's it. That's as far as we're going. You know, this might be by the portal. Because there was a portal out here that was collapsed between those tumbleweeds and this cave right here. I know exactly where this is outside this line. This would have been the big entrance door. So yeah, we're right up to that portal. I was looking at trying to dig that one out the other day and not necessarily dig it out, but just assessing it. And that's where we are.
Oh, yeah.
Bacardi. Let's see what you got there.
California. Okay.
The wine.
Wineries.
Country. Peach. Country.
Escalon, California.
Escalon.
Pure grape wine.
There you go.
20%.
How much?
20%.
Could use a little bit of that now. Okay, do you want to go this way?
Oh, yeah.
A ladder to nowhere. He's talking. What it is? Look up. This is a stable here. I don't think you need to go any further than right there. I can see that it's. Yep. That's a big cave right there. I'm gonna take a look just to make sure. Julie, I'll stay back there. Sliced pizzas. Another ladder to nowhere. Why would they have these short ladders? It just goes to the top of these big chutes. I was looking up the chute. There's this. I don't know. That might go.
Hey, Wesley. Raining hard and even inside the house. Holy shit, Friday.
So that's pretty
No
well
kidding.
right there.
You want to come on StreamYard and show us?
So something must have come down out of the stove and smashed this down.
What do you mean in the house? Your house is leaking? You click on the link. Hold on a second. And boom. above the wood stove. You got to seal seal the roof around the wood stove maybe a little better when it stops raining. Mm. Well, click on that link, you can come in. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I'll be lucky to keep the internet. All right, well, figured I put it out there. I wrote Yvonne, and she was supposed to come and do a live with me for a few minutes, but I guess she didn't. So, oh well. Well, looks like the only one in here. I don't know how it's going to go. I figure we go live. Some say go at 8, but Yvonne said she could only do it till 9. 7. So that's why I started a new one. Oh well. I'm watching Putin shoot a rifle. That's what we need more of. Presidents that want to shoot rifles on their spare time. And it's funny, Putin's walking around with all these soldiers with real rifles, real bullets. He ain't worried about it. He ain't surrounded by a goddamn bunch of Secret Service. Ain't that something? No shit. That's pretty wild. A short little video. Well, how you doing there backwards? You want to come in, or you want to call? You can call if you want to call. Here's the link if you want to come in. Leslie's got a problem, though. Leslie's got water coming in her house. It's raining so hard. Boris Yeltsin's coming back to run the UK. Holy shit. Yeah, I know you're still trucking, but you said you were going to call. Mark Hamill has sent 500 drones to Ukraine. Ain't that nice? What are them things worth? $100 each? You could have gave it to the fucking homeless in California, you communist bastard. Rain since June. Well, Leslie's having some heavy rain right now, and I guess it's coming in above the wood stove. She says it's raining like hell there. Oh, yeah. Ukraine running out of anti-aircraft missiles. Fuck, we sent them a shitload of them. Joe Biden get them new missiles next week at 150 grand each. Don't worry, taxpayers, he'll come around and help you live a better life. Italy's got the first female prime minister. All right, that ends my news for this evening. Oh, yeah. It's all right. Uh, Mike Deck is supposed to go live. What a nice day we had here. Beautiful blue sky. Matter of fact, I could go check. I don't see no clouds in the sky tonight. We'll give it a gold star day. It's going to be the first one in months. I mean, literally months. 6 months, 5 months. I'd have to check. Anyways, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Leslie's got some problems with a leaky roof. That ain't good. Oh, boy. Yeah. We got Dawn Morning and Bubba got together finally. And she did a video for a little bit today. Quality wasn't that good. But she tried. And it's good to see Bubba finally drove over there. They're pretty cool. And what else is going on? I went to the doctor's today. Smart woman. Nurse practitioner. I was telling her what was going on. And she came up with something really interesting. That wasn't poison ivy. That wasn't, what do they call that? Scabies? She said it don't sound like scabies at all. Sounds like you got into brown tail moth. So evidently, well, I'm telling you that the brown tail moth has these microfibers on them, like little hairs. And I guess they shed them, and they can shed them all over the place. And I got a nest right out front, and I asked her, I said, can that shit be in the nest and blow around? She says it certainly could. So when I went out there weed whacking, it seemed like that's what it was. I got into brown tail moths. What a fucking mess. That was over a week. And then we got some heavy rain finally, and I think it might have washed them out of the sky. But I got to keep that. Yeah, the brown tail moth shit. Yep. And why this woman, with all the trouble they've been having with brown tail moths up here, I mean, it's epidemic. Why would she jump on scabies? I asked the lady. She says, well, not everyone's perfect. Not like you, huh, Doc? What the fuck, man? So they were giving me shit that wasn't doing nothing. I debated whether to go out there and spray that nest when it first showed up. It's very low off the ground. It's only about 2-3 feet off the ground. It's a good sized nest. But evidently I didn't. I don't know how long them hairs last. Yeah, brown tail moth. And they got little hairs on them, and I guess they fling the hairs. The hairs come off and blow in the wind and shit, and if it touches you, it irritates the shit out of your skin. Make you itch crazy. Another thing that I want to know why Noah brought this fucking thing on the ark. I ever catch Noah, I think I'm going to give him a baseball bat to the side of the head. Fucking idiot. I mean, do we really need that? Is there any positive in this shit at all? So anyways, that's what I gave her a high five. I said, you shitting me. So it might have been a combination of brown tail moths, and it might have been a combination of poison ivy. I know there was poison ivy in there too. What a mess. So I told her, I says, I took everything and washed it and vacuumed and washed and all my clothes. So we should be all right. Boy, I don't ever want to go through that ever again. Fuck. Anyway, that's just part of the creepy crawlers that are around here. No. No, I think I don't know. You want me to go look it up? Well, she did. She did. It wasn't scabies. I'm like, scabies, they drill holes in your body. I've had chiggers down there in Georgia. And I left there. You sure this ain't something else? Nope, scabies. Um, where do brown tail moths live? The brown-tailed moth is an invasive species found only on the coast of Maine, Cape Cod. They're saying on the coast. I'm not on the coast. This moth insect, both forest and human health concerns. The brown-tailed moth killer has tiny poisonous hairs that cause dermatitis, similar to poison ivy. There you go. That's when they were in a caterpillar, and I guess all these little things are the little hairs. They're saying, I'm not at the coast. They're all over the place. They're in Waterville, for Christ's sake. Last year I got poison ivy, and I went to CVS, and I says, excuse me, sir, do you have any calamine lotion? He laughed at me. I said, what the hell are you laughing at? Oh, you're not joking? I said, no, I'm not joking. He says, you know the brown-tailed moth? I said, a what? Brown-tailed moth. Everyone's buying up the calamine lotion. It's an invasive species again. Doesn't say where it was invaded from. Oh, they'll clean a tree off of the leaves too. Hallelujah. So there you go. How's that, Leslie? You ain't got to worry about this shit in the desert. Oh, yeah. And you're right, backwards. At least I got a second opinion. My God, you're scabies. I said, ma'am, I don't think this is scabies. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The thing I think when they crawl around, they dump these hairs, all over the place. And then you come along weed whacking, lawn mowing them. And you get in that dust and them little hairs, you're going to break out bad. I couldn't figure out why my chest was breaking out. When my shirt hung down. What a weird time, I'll tell you. And it was funny, they called me like 5 times, that walk-in clinic. Hi, we'd like to see how your experience was. I said, send me a fucking $1,000 and I'll answer your question. More text. What else we got here? Them biting deer fly, man, they put a welt on you. Well, you don't need to wish me the best. We're all right now. I mean, I don't know how it's going to be if I stop blowing the snow up here. If that shit's laying on the ground and gets blown in the air, we'll be all right, I'm sure. I do got to go out there and blow leaves. I got 4-inch thick leaves out there right now. We got to get them up. One thing at a time. Yeah, how's your day going driving around? You got to get up on that roof there, Leslie, and get that hole stopped wherever that water's coming in. Is it coming on the outside of the pipe or the inside of the pipe? Yeah, you should be able to stop that. Maybe some tar or something, a bucket of tar. Get it while you can. Well, looking for a piece of plywood. Uh, so we go there, and the young kid says, "Well, I really don't know much about it, but this is what we got." I says, "Well, I'll take a sheet of this. Can you cut it?" Yeah. Um, he says, "I'll call the guy that comes and operates the store, the saw." I waited, oh, I don't know. I probably waited about a half an hour, maybe. The guy was waiting also. Nobody around. 18 people at the fucking register. Jesus Christ, what a mess. So that was the latest. I just said, hey, fuck this. Plus, I couldn't get it home in that car. I thought they'd just sell you a piece of plywood. You're going to buy the whole sheet. If I'm going to buy the whole sheet, I'm not going to leave it there. Oh, yeah. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Get up there with some tar or something. You'll find it. Mm-hmm. Well, it shows one in the room. I guess you two are not being counted again. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. I'm not going to stay on long. I just figured I'm kind of bored. Hawkeye showed up. It still says only one in the room. How you doing, Hawkeye? Hey, Hawkeye. Brown tail mort is what might have been that got me all itched up. The nurse practitioner said that. I says, you know what? You're right. And that's fucking scabies. I'll be back. Oh, we'll see how things are going to go tonight. You can come in if you want. Hold on. If you scroll up, you might find the link. If not, I'll put it in there in a minute. Hold on there, I'll get it for you. Hold on.
Hey, Ralph. How's it going?
Long time no see.
Oh, I've missed a few mornings. I don't know how often you're on because I don't get notified, and a lot of the times I've been asleep until 11 or noon. So sorry about that, man.
No, don't be sorry about it. Sleep.
Yeah, I figure it's my body telling me something. Yeah.
Right.
But I went to the doctor yesterday. My doctor is a nurse practitioner too, and but that's a pretty cool diagnosis for her to come up with that first time.
Well, no, it's a nurse practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
The one that checks all my vital signs.
Right.
And then I seen the real. I just looked it up. Why is Google so fucked up?
They're trying to
You know,
drive us crazy.
did you see this? I did. I Googled it.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of they're pretty ugly looking things, man.
Yeah, the little hairs on them things. I guess they fall off, or they can eject them like, like I guess throw them
Like,
off.
yeah. That reminds me, I saw a skunk go by last night when I was outside on the patio in the dark. Holy smokes, man. Thing is huge. And all I did, I
Really?
put my cigarette out and I went to go back inside. And as I'm making the motion, it turns around and lifts its tail up.
Oh,
Turns around and lifts up its tail. Yeah, bastard. It
not a friendly one.
comes onto my patio, man. But they only seem to come out at night. But this brown tail moth thing, that looks like a nasty allergic reaction you've had there.
I didn't even see what they said. Let me look this. It was awful. It
Not
was
much you
awful.
can, not much you can do about it, eh?
Actually, the community here ran out last year of Benadryl, calamine lotion, and it didn't seem to be helping people. And and so the local community came up with a home brew.
No kidding, eh? That's interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know what it was. Oh, the swollen hands. That's really Leslie still flipped out about that. I told him my hands looked like they were going to explode if I hit him with a pin.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you didn't? No, I don't think you were out of the hospital yet.
yeah, no, that's not a good sign. Yeah, I remember when I was drinking and I had high blood pressure, my left hand would swell up, not my right, and
Yeah.
my left elbow would would puff out to like 5 times its size.
So let me put this on here for a second. So I had a lot of this, right?
You're a fine looking. You're a fine looking woman.
They're giving me up. Yeah. They're giving me upgrades and they're slowing the shit down on the computer now. I don't know how long we're going to be even able to do this. But anyways, I had this, but then I had this raised shit. Some of them were about that long, and they were probably as thick as a matchbook.
Really?
And the skin almost looked like your tongue. You know, like, does that make sense? Like a 2nd-degree burn?
Yeah. Wow.
And then my friggin' hands, you couldn't even see my You couldn't even see my knuckle. I mean, you couldn't. The hands were so swollen. I seriously thought they were gonna pop.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't need that week. I'll tell you that much.
You didn't what?
I didn't need that bullshit that week. You know. All right.
Oh, what? Sorry, you thought it was a food at first?
No, I didn't need that
Oh,
bullshit in my
oh.
life.
I thought you said literally. I didn't eat that
No
shit.
problem. No problem. We're all set. We're all set. All is good. I've been having trouble too on here understanding thing because seems like the audio has been turned way down. It's like Bill
Yeah.
Gates is sending all this shit out. So you go out and buy a new computer like hell.
Well, how old is your computer?
2010.
10. So it's 12 years old. Like there's a lot of people who say, like, there have been people from big industry who have blown the whistle on this a lot of times, that computers are built in to die after like 7 years, 10 years,
Yeah.
whatever the manufacturer wants. They just program it into the device and the thing just basically shuts down after, So it's
Well,
good for it's good for business.
the
But 12 years is kind of old for a computer.
yeah. Well, I mean, what am I going to do?
Yeah, no, I know.
I got, I
But
got
it could, I'm just saying, it could just be slowing down
look
like
at
mine
this.
is. Mine's slowing down.
This is why I have trouble reading. Remember when I'm reading shit and he's like, "Wow, that guy can't even read." These cover up a lot of the letters. See, this
Yeah,
fat one.
I've seen that before. Yeah, yeah.
Then my keyboard look like. Hey, it got missing keys all over the place. Got this. I glued this on here so it would finally work. It's a little piece of wood. The hinge
Wow.
is all broken in the corner. I'd have to lean it up against shit. So, hey, we're getting our time and money out of our computer.
Holy smokes, man! I've
Yeah.
never seen anybody stick a piece of wood into a computer.
To get it to work. That's
Yeah.
the space bar.
Yeah.
The space bar won't work. I got another keyboard up there. I'm just too lazy to put it in.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever works, man.
Well, whatever works. No, I won't be going by it. I don't think you get me to buy a new computer. Windows 11 or 12. Fuck that. I have no interest in that. This is a good operating system. And Dawn,
Oh.
dearest Dawn told me the one before, I don't know, she said Windows 98 she really liked better than Windows 7 or some shit.
Okay. I don't know anything about Windows. I've always had an Apple, so
Oh,
it's always been pretty good to me. Like I really work it hard. Like I've got all kinds of windows open all day long, and it's treating me well.
why keeping windows open is not good?
No, the more it depends on what stage your computer's at, but basically the more stuff you throw at it, the harder it has to work, and it can only go so fast. That's what I was told. So they tend to slow down. Mine is slowing down like yours is. If I'm playing like chess or something, it takes like for 5 seconds for me to make a move when it used to be like a fraction of a second.
Oh, no kidding.
So I'm just putting up with it for now until, I mean, I could, and if I do turn down close a few windows, then the problem corrects itself. So,
Oh, what have you
other than
been
that,
doing?
is I went to the doctor yesterday, man.
Good. And
Well, good news and bad news. Good news is I'm no longer diabetic. I'm pre-diabetic. My sugars went
good.
down, and but there's just some other issues that came up. But basically, I'm going for an X-ray of my knees and my hip, and trying to avoid having to take another medication. Yeah,
She said one of the four might be permanent in my life of these, and he says, "What do you think? I've been at this for 6 weeks. Why don't you test my cholesterol? Does that cost a lot of money?" I said, "No, well, that's a good idea. Let's test your cholesterol, see if it comes down." I'm trying to slow down on smoking. I really do pretty good. I'm down to
yeah,
like 7, 8 cigarettes a day. I told her,
yep,
I said, when I drove here today, which is only like 10 miles, maybe, I said, I would have smoked 2 cigarettes. And since I got here early, I might have popped off another one. I mean, I used to pretty much chain smoke, and I'm doing pretty good now.
yeah, yeah. Well, good man. Yeah, that's I'm down to 12 or 14 a day, down from 1 to 2 packs, depending on what
Yeah,
I was doing. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's a good struggle. It's a good struggle. It's a little
yeah,
hard, but changing behavior is really hard to do, man. Like
yeah,
these habits and or addictions are just really bad habits, like just
yeah.
deeply ingrained and self-harming. Um, but it's an addiction. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
you got you know the old I was away for about 21 days, and I had a nicotine patch on the whole time, and I didn't smoke, and like Ralph, my lungs felt better. I don't know if you get this. You go to sleep and you're lying on your side, and like the bottom lung just starts rattling and wheezing and making all this fucking
wheezing.
noise.
You know
Yeah,
when that happens more often than smoking? It's when we're getting bombarded with chemtrails. I swear to God.
yeah,
And I'm sitting here doing the live show, and say yesterday was a real bad day. The air stunk here. It stunk, and Buddy's over here wheezing, and I'm wheezing, and it's like, well, he's not a smoker. I don't have a girlfriend here. I had a girlfriend here, and she was wheezing and didn't smoke. Then we could say that, yeah, there's probably something that's coming out of the sky from now.
yeah. You're probably right, and I'm sorry that you have an allergic reaction to it, or but I don't watch the sky so much anymore. But when I do, I'll look up and it'll just be like, in a matter of 10 minutes, I'll count like 7 or 8 planes leaving lines,
Yeah.
and then I just put my head down and I go, fuck. It's like, I've tried to wake people up. I've tried, so I just try to
Well,
put
but
it out of my.
I think a good portion of the fucking idiots out there think, well, it's only a line in the sky. What's your problem, man? It's
Yeah,
only condensation.
don't be silly, son. They're contrails. I read about it.
Yeah.
I saw it on TV, man.
Well, I mean, look at this. This is Stephanie in Riverside, California. Look at this big old fat fucking drippy shit of a sky over the fucking desert.
Yeah,
And you watch. I usually write in there. That shit will be over me in 4 days, and we'll have nothing but goddamn clouds here. Look at that shit. That's a fucking desert. Look at it. It's all fucking condensation trail, chemtrail, whatever you want to call them.
Oh,
But
I
look,
call
you
them.
got drippy shit coming out of the shit. So, I mean, number one priority, I think, Donald Trump or whoever gets in there, it's shut the fucking airline industry down. These cocksuckers made me put a mask on and asked me whether I had corona boner and all the other bullshit. Well, you're still at it, motherfucker. It's look
Yeah.
at the sun. Look at the sun.
Yeah.
Look at the colors in the sun. Now, I was told when I was a kid, them ice crystals. Ice crystals. No, they ain't ice crystal. That's fucking barium. That's aluminum particles and all the other shit they're putting in the fuel.
Yeah.
And that's the way my sky is here every day. But
Every day.
well, I wouldn't say I shouldn't have said every day but today was the first day, man. It was just really a gorgeous sky out there.
Yeah. We had a nice day too. We're getting really high temperatures for the next 3 days. Like I don't know, like around 80 Fahrenheit.
Wow.
I think it's 80. Well, it's 20 Celsius. So what's that? I can
Double
never
it.
remember.
Double it.
Yeah,
and
and
add
add
32.
32. So 20 plus 20 is 40. So 72. I'm sorry. I should have known better.
No, that's,
Yeah, no.
nah, that's
70,
quit being sorry,
72.
dude. Nobody
Oh,
gives
no,
a fuck at the end. You know what I mean? Don't
uh-huh.
worry.
Yeah, I know. I realize room temperature is 22 Celsius and I think 72. No. What is it in Fahrenheit?
What? 72?
Yeah, is that room temperature?
Yeah, I don't really keep my house that warm, but
Yeah, no, I'm below 70 most days. Yeah.
You know.
I'm lucky, man. I've just been using a space heater in the office area,
Yeah.
like the second bedroom, and it's heating the whole place. Like it keeps it around 70, 69, even when it's like really cold out, like near freezing.
So I said to be here in 4 days. Well, you know, Sunday cloudy, Sunday night rain, Monday
Yeah.
rain, Monday night rain, Tuesday cloudy. I don't know if that's exactly her stuff, but boy, I'll tell you what, them people down in Oklahoma. I mean, I'm hearing more chatter about that on the ham radio than quite a bit chatter on. Well, I'm going to be 62, 58, 65, 63. So
That's good.
we're in a pretty warm spell, not as much as you.
Yeah, we're having what they used to call Indian summer.
Yeah. Con men trails, right on. I mean, stop the shit. Shoot the fuckers down. Do something. And you know, like I said, I walked in and I let loose. I says, you know how many of these goddamn masks this hospital throws away each day? Brand new, probably made in China and India shit putting on my face. And they spray the goddamn place with something.
Yeah,
Some
they do.
kind, oh, it fucking stinks in there. Vomit type stinking. And if you're going to keep doing that shit and you're going to keep this shit the fuck up, then I think it's time you come straight with us. You know what I mean? Come straight with us and shut the airline industry down for 7 months, 8 months. Did you see? Did you see Boston? Was it Boston University? Somewhere in Boston, the feds found a lab making a deadly form of corona bona.
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh my God, that was on
Was
RT.
On RT?
Yeah,
Uh,
lab in Boston.
well, my money's betting on the Bona coming back this year. That's what I think. Uh, I mean, the top doctor here in Ontario already said he's threatening. He's thinking about making a mask mandate like soon.
Yeah,
Um, so it's like they're telling us now that there's going to be something. I was at the doctor's yesterday, and the receptionist offers me a flu shot. I said, "No, thank you." And she said, "Okay, all right, okay." I don't know.
here, here, here you go. Controversy over Boston University COVID Omicron research. Deadly. Deadly. The hybrid consists of Omicron variant spike protein 3 days ago. Yeah, there's a story right there. Boston University fucking around. I said to my doctor, why don't these fucking people go watch porn? Smoke a joint, do something. You know, fucking what the fuck is wrong with you? It's fucking me, man.
And what did your doctor say?
She was laughing. She was like, yeah, you know. What's wrong with these fucking people? Oh, and I'm at good. I'm glad you're laughing. And just let's keep smiling because that's all we're doing. We're not downer. We're not a downer. The fuck you want me to do? Cry about this shit? I ain't crying about this shit. I hope they release this shit and shuts down the airline industry. Anyway, three people told me that it broke in the news that we're out of kerosene up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How's the coal thing going?
Right now I got 2 pallets, which is only 2 ton. I should be able to make it. Anyway, I got 2 ton.
Oh, that's good.
Well, no, I don't have them here. I got them on what they call a rain check. So they ordered the 2 ton.
Oh, okay. So where did you finally find some?
I didn't. So I went to another place and I told them I want 2 ton. And then I called the original place and I told him, he says that you're on the list. I said, I'm fucking waiting list for goddamn rocks from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I mean, coal is a rock, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Graphene?
I can't get my fucking rocks from Pennsylvania, for Christ's sake. Anyway.
Yeah.
He says, well, is that all you want? I said, no, I'd take about 8. I'd love to go buy 8 or 12 fucking pallets.
Wow. That many, eh?
Well, I get 20. Well, why? You don't think I'm going to live? I use 3 or 4 a year. If I got 8, that would at least give me like 2.5 years to live without worrying about it.
Yeah, that's makes sense.
And it can stay out. They're all hermetically sealed. I mean, the cold don't get bad when it gets wet.
Okay.
I had the money and had to stay here. Fuck, I'd have 10 tractor trailer loads in the backyard. Fuck that. I paid the whole goddamn thing. Get the tractor trailers up here, go buy me a forklift, and fuck you, leave me alone. But they're talking about putting the propane burner. I said, I don't want a propane burner. I says, I cook with propane. And I don't want to start going and, renting a tank from them people is $169 a year. Think about it.
Wow.
Right off the bat, you're pissing in the wind $169.
Yeah, that seems nuts.
It is nuts. They didn't charge me for 7 years.
Oh,
And then they decided they're gonna come get their cracked ass all fucking loaded with moss and come and get your fucking tank, get it out of here. And I bought a tank for that price, but it's only 100-pound tank. So then she says, well, if we put that in for you, you're going to have to, and you're still responsible for the propane and getting the contract with the tank. We're going to take the coal stove out. I say, you ain't taking this coal stove out. You just ain't getting it, lady. You just ain't getting it, are you? I said, what you should do is put a dual fuel in here for me. You're going to spend money. Fucking why don't you ever do what the fuck I want in this goddamn state? Girlfriend, fucking job, fucking decent people. Why is it always a fucking struggle up here? Jesus goddamn Christ.
Yeah.
And so I started rattling off a bunch of shit with her about coal, and she had no idea about any of it. She said, I burn pellets. I says, one of my bag of pellets is equal to 4 bags of your hardwood wood pellets.
Wow.
I says, you people should know this conversion charts. You should know it before you start telling people to go buy goddamn electric heaters. Like, whose side are you on? The fucking oil company, the propane company, or the electric company? No one else matters, And I'm not mad at them. I just, the ignorant level, you should know about coal. Coal built this country. It did.
Yeah.
It did. You can't say it didn't. Coal built this country. It built the steel. It built the railroads. It ran the railroads for 100 and something years.
And the smartphone is going to kill it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's yeah. I saw some wacky stuff on YouTube today, man. Jeez.
Like, why even gravitating towards that shit, though? I got plenty of shit for you to watch.
Oh, no, it just falls into my lap. That's all.
Oh, well, I don't know. What's their name? Doug and Gene, I think. These two guys, they're going and explore a mine right now. Maybe you're not into mine exploring.
Oh.
I like travel videos. I like to see the world.
Yeah, I'm finding I mostly look for live for some reason, and but in terms of watching videos, I got hooked on sports again when I was in detox. I got hooked on baseball. I had to relearn like all the rules of the game, and there's a bunch of new rules too since I actually watched it. But so I've been watching like old soccer games when Lionel Messi was big, and some stuff from like the 80s and 90s, World Cup championships, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I watched this one which was absolutely sickening. Eating a butthole. School board meeting gone wild. And what they're doing is the parents are going in the library and they're pulling books off the shelf on how to get blowjobs, how to eat a butt. This one here was about eating a bunghole.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of thing that, why do I gravitate towards that shit? It's not that I gravitate towards it. I saw another story like that this morning. It's like, here, can you believe what schools are allowing? And it's like, well,
I can't.
I can't. No. Well, what about the people and the adults in the rooms? Like, why is nobody? Well, everybody's afraid now. They're afraid to speak up. They're afraid to say this is not right. We shouldn't be having some guy who looks like a guy, even though he's dressed as a woman, holding the hands of little kids and parading them around the gym
Right.
saying, I'm a special little drag queen.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. So why are people so afraid now to talk to
Well,
say,
this is a 4-minute video. It's called the DC Shorts, and they got a lot of good stuff in there, not all bad shit. But anyways, the parents come up, irate parents, right, about this shit. And then some parents that really look pretty normal that says, I want my child to access this. We don't hide nothing from our children.
yeah,
I'm like, don't you think this shit's better off? I mean, you tell your little boy and your little girl, if that wanky goes up in your coochie and he blows a load in there, you're gonna get pregnant. And teach them how not to get pregnant.
yeah,
The Mormons supposedly teach their kids on dry humping,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Abstain.
The Mormons. I saw a bunch of Mennonites yesterday at the bus terminal here.
And where you live?
Yeah, it's a city of
What?
about 150,000. But I've heard some really good stories on buses, listening to people talk and just talking about what it was like here back, like in the 70s, and how it was only about 20,000, and it's really grown enormously. But fuck, I forgot what I was going to say.
A lot of places have done that. You know what I mean? I mean, I go to Rhode Island, 3-4 times a year, and every time I go down there, I'm just shocked at the amount of shit that goes on. Like we hadn't been in that to paid attention, anyways. But of all places to go out of business, Little Caesar Pizza went out of business.
No kidding, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell are you doing wrong now?
Well, my city, it's kind of hard to get around in. It's construction everywhere.
Yeah.
They're laying down the 5G cables
Yeah.
underground. So,
Yeah.
like I remember I spent about a week watching these massive trucks, like right in front of my apartment, up on the sidewalk. They've got the sidewalk torn apart. They're digging here, they're digging there, and they're laying down, from the back of a big truck, they're laying down cable. Looks like about 6 feet deep. And so anyways, that's the 5G fiber optic cable. That's causing traffic jams all over the place. And there's a bridge that's out here for construction, so all the traffic goes through my street. And then to top it off, the downtown area, it's like they're building condos every day. Like there's about 7 just in the downtown area alone, and they're luxury condos for rich people. And meanwhile, we've got this massive homeless population. It's getting weird. Like 2 police officers were killed in the South End a week ago, I think it was. And they had this funeral that shut down. It diverted my bus, but something like 5,000 police officers were there.
Yeah. Ain't that silly?
Yeah, it's a little overblown.
Alaskan cancel the crab season, snow crab. They said they got 1 billion crabs missing. The state biologist said they got 1 billion crab missing. Could it be something to do with Fukushima? Fuck me, man. How do you know there are 1 billion crabs missing? But anyway, that's going to bankrupt a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just, well, I can't remember if I told you, but the grocery store that I go to, or that's been delivering to me lately, they put out the first driverless delivery vans for groceries in Toronto about a month ago.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to do a video on it.
Oh, I haven't been very. I haven't
You
been
got
really.
that- Go ahead.
I haven't been very productive that way. Yeah.
Well, you should. You should get out and go videotape them and give something to do and charge yourself up a little bit. You know, Domino's has supposedly got them now,
Oh yeah.
driverless delivery.
I did not know that.
Hmm.
Well, that's just another industry that's going to get screwed.
Well, what happens if a gang of kids come out there? The fucking thing only weighs 400 pounds. Roll it over and take the pizzas.
Yeah, and I mean the thing can. Is the thing going to carry all the groceries from the parking lot into my apartment for me? Like,
That's a good question. If you got 10 bags in there
yeah,
and you can only carry 2 at a time, does this thing lock till I come back?
yeah. And what about when it's like 40 below?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's for you and I to, for you and I age range for that population to enjoy it. Like there'll be 10% that enjoy it, but fuck the rest of them. But the ones coming behind us think that shit is cool, And then, what if you didn't get your corona bonus shot? Well, we're not delivering to you. We see on our records at our supermarket that you didn't get a corona bonus, and we're not delivering to you.
Yeah. That's when it sticks, when people start using it, people start
Yep.
embracing it. And it's just everybody wants to go along to get along,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You sound like I do after I smoke the devil's lettuce.
I haven't smoked in a while.
Yeah.
It's a little harsh. Definitely a little harsh. But this like I'm not anti-technology. What I'm anti is anti-spying on me, anti-fucking doing something and know that I did it. You know what I mean?
Anti-New World Order.
Yeah, into New World Order. Like I went and looked up brown tail moth.
Yeah.
I'll go read an article tomorrow, and they'll have calamine lotion.
Yeah.
As an advertisement.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I think we should have had better protection. And if I think computers were put together properly and not with this fucking scumbag, Bill Gates, I think, who was the guy that they were trying to arrest? McCaffrey. There's a real good 45-minute interview with him. And he said Windows 7 should never have got virus.
Oh, he was implying that Bill Gates put it in there?
No, he allowed that. That's what he was implying is what I got out of the interview. It don't make no sense. I mean, look what we're doing on Windows 7. Why don't you sell me a goddamn Windows 7 computer? Oh, because we can't spy on you heavy enough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's why the program gets dissolved when they learn how to spy. And you get 30-year-old kids with big degrees in computers, sitting there trying to figure out how to watch what their mother's doing, their friends,
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I there's no doubt in my mind that everything I've coughed up is recorded and stored.
Yeah, everything. During, I'll tell you when it was. I think it was 2019. And Adam Green, I think, did the video on that where Habanagila and Simmons and who was the other company over there? Oh, I'll tell you when it was. You know, do you remember when Americans got a presidential emergency message?
Um,
Was that under Trump or Obama? Everyone in America got an emergency message from the
no,
president.
no, I'd never heard of this before. I know we get them all the time now, but no, I've never heard of the president
Well,
doing
there ain't
it.
nobody in the room that remembers that. And what, according to Adam Green, what they did was they built the Pentium processors, and they built the processors. And what they did is opened up. You know that's an RPG through the windshield. Why you got to make that goddamn thing that loud at this time of night?
Yeah,
Drive
I
the
know.
drive the ambulance.
Yeah, it's right. And that Ralph, that's with the windows closed too.
Yeah.
It's right, literally like about 20 feet
Oh,
away
I
from me.
told they used to do that to us at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I said I was mopping the floor one day, and one of them scumbags. Uh, uh, hey, how you doing today? I'd be doing better if I was a free person in Iraq. He says, why is that? Because at 2 o'clock in the morning, when you idiots are fucking putting 400 decibels of siren out, I put a fucking RPG through your window. He just stood there. He didn't know what to say. And I tried to quench that because I really wouldn't have done that. Maybe if I was there. Let me bring him out. Hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm right at an intersection, so they're usually as good as they can be. Um, so they don't turn it on until they get right in front of my apartment, and it just goes off. And it's like it's like bald guys like me. When the first drop of rain, you're the first to sense it because it's like an electric shock going down your back.
You know, you shouldn't be able to hear that fucking thing in your house in the winter with the windows closed. You know, and I could take you to Rhode Island to a place called Bristol Town Beach, and you sit there on a Friday night, and I don't know how far. We're going to call it 7 miles to Route 95. And these motherfuckers are coming up Route 95. Woo, woo, just rattling your teeth. And so, anyways, I didn't pursue that. I said, no, I really wouldn't do it. I thank you guys, but your siren's too loud. I said, hey, anyways, why don't you lower your volume? He says, we can't. I said, what do you mean you can't? He says, there ain't no fucking volume control on it.
Wow.
I was like, Jesus Christmas.
Oh. Yep, they want to wake people up. They want people to be sick.
Yeah,
sick.
I'm up.
Yeah.
You be up.
They want people to be sick so they can fix them.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Ralphie, I'm gonna head off now. I need to take some medications, go have a smoke, and if you're on later, I'll drop in. But I'm pretty much getting ready to shut her down tonight.
Well, you have a good one. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you, and see you maybe tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning I gotta shut the stove down again. I'm gonna try something else in there.
Okay.
I'm kind of really worried about moving that thing, but we'll get to it. It'll get it done. We'll see. I might be there.
Yeah. Well,
Have a
hopefully,
good night.
yeah. Take it easy, man. Good luck tomorrow. Take care.
RPG through the window. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, It's like, just drive the goddamn thing. They come through here. The state police come through here. Now, they're very, very, very reasonable. A lot of times in the winter, when the windows are closed, I almost have to. I say, is that a real siren? Because they don't come by here too much, fire and police. It is ridiculous. And you're in traffic, and people, where do you want people to go? You know what I mean? The road, you can only move over 4 feet, 3 feet, and they try to accommodate them, but they still can't get the big beast ass gas guzzling motherfucker through the spot that the people opened up. And what good is that? You're just driving people nuts, sitting in back of them. Where do you want me to go? It's just like today, I go get on the fucking scale again. This time I didn't say nothing. She says, this is the fucking hospital mentality that they're going to measure in kilograms. And then the fucking nurse has to make sure, she says, would you like to see that in American? I'm like, who's a motherfucker wanted goddamn kilograms? What motherfucker? Chinese? The Chinese controlling the goddamn hospital? I mean, what the fuck? So anyway, it's like one of the stupidest things, and I could see more people like me, like, well, why the fuck you got the thing in kilograms? Well, that's our policy. That's the way they want it done. Well, as a customer, I don't like that. I don't know. So now I get confused. What do I try to remember? Do I remember the kilogram number, or do I? Because I don't have a scale here. So when I when I go in there, I want to remember this shit. Yeah, take your fucking communist shit and shove it up your ass. Using the word policy as a goddamn cover up for your goddamn Soviet fucking communist thinking. Chinese motherfuckers. I do like metric tools, though. I love working on buggy. You have 5 tools you got to use on the damn thing to do most of everything in the truck. They're pretty funny, though. It's pretty funny because, they and during lunch you're probably, discussing how to see which person is going to want the pounds and not. You know what I mean? Like people read them. Yeah, I like the tools. I like millimeter tool way better. But that's my decision. When I go in there, I was born under your fucking change, and I don't need more change in my life. I already got change. The motherfuckers are talking about nuclear fucking annihilation one another, like it's just another manic Sunday, Leslie's still in here. I got your message. I got your email. And no serve motherfuckers, war pigs that are connected to a good retirement. Every one of our generals retires and good for at least 20 grand a month with Marietta, Raytheon. I don't hate them people, but that's too much. That's just way, way, way too much for our government, I think. Sunday, 2 o'clock. We got the American Grand Prix. If you want to watch that. What? 48-degree pouring rain. How's Leslie doing? Yeah, you've been getting dry there, man. Would you say June? We we RIDE today. It was pretty good. Nice day. But I went by Little Caesars and I seen them people out of business. It's really weird. Yeah, so Little Caesars, I haven't been there in years, but they must. Wow. But they must have started using GMO crap or something. I listened to two guys talk last night over an hour about KFC and Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. All the bullshit that went on there. I think this whole attempt to fuck us over with coal burners to go green anyway. I don't know if you heard, the Mississippi's not flowing. They can't get no barge traffic out of there. And there's hundreds of barges, I think, loaded with coal, waiting for shipping. So my question is, if that was supposed to be there next month in China or wherever, and they don't got no shipping until, say, June or July of next year, were they going to choke on this coal? We'll be buying $150 a ton. But the prices on diesel. What'd you say diesel was? They said $6.28 in Pennsylvania. If you don't know nothing about Pennsylvania, that's a big trucking hub. 6.28 a gallon. I know you had told us what the prices were there. You still driving? You don't want to come in? Well, I'm going to go have me a half a cigarette. Let's see, maybe somebody else join us. If not, I'm going to shut them down. Go work some radio. Been having a lot of good conversations. A lot of people upset. Yeah, a lot of people. Somebody should ask what the Americans feel like and get a good number. I bet like fucking 80% of this population is stressed out. That don't make it right or nothing. Things are getting kind of weird when you start talking that kind of price of fuel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Roger. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of chatter on that radio. A lot of people, a lot of character too. I hear a lot of people, a lot of character. You know, they normally don't talk about this shit. They're irate. Oh yeah. Washington State on CB all the way over here today. So yesterday I heard Hawaii in there. I didn't pay much attention, but boy, that's pretty good on 11 meters. And there was no chatter on 10 meter. That was really interesting. Like a lot of ham operators going down and working the CB band. It's kind of fun. Yeah, that's what I said. A lot of them bought HF radios, and they're running 100 watts. Some are buying amps. Some of them are running some big wattage. I heard that some of them CBs down there in Texas run 10,000 watts out of their car. I don't even know how they make an antenna. Must be a full quarter wave stainless whip. The old big long whippet antennas, because ain't nothing going to take 10 kilowatts. But the propagation is pretty good. We had yesterday. We talked to Europe. Only running 10 watts. It's one thing to communicate with 10 watts, another thing communicate with a kilowatt or 10 kilowatts. You know what I mean? Like learn how to do it with 10 first. Them guys ever sent me up an amp, they'd be blushing. And I said, put a kilowatt through this? Fuck. Are you shitting me? They'd be blushing. Hold on a second. I got to stop reading the StreamYard one. I'm going to go blind with that. Yeah, I think I ran into him before. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't know him. No, I guess I didn't run into him. Just the name sounds familiar. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice to have the kilowatt there. You know what I mean? But yeah, we ran a lot of low power shit for a couple of years, man. Like 3 years, I only had 60 watts. That's almost QRP and having conversation. So if you get into it, get something on the sideband. You need sideband, like 35, 6, 7, and 8. Pretty active. Like I said, I was walking around here doing something with the stove, and Hawaii was in there. It's pretty awesome on 11 meters. I went tune up on 10 meter. There was nothing. Better than TV. Imagine if we never had TV and we had to have conversations and radio, maybe. How different we'd be. This is pretty good. Why don't we watch this? She does some good work. I mean, it's almost like a trip, you know what I mean? I think the trip part is it's so real. I don't think she's making fun of anybody in this video.
Immigrants up north, we need them to pick the crops.
Did you hear what she said? You need all these immigrants to run your fucking Little Caesar pizza. Because Americans are getting tired of this shit.
It's been a couple of days since we have asked that question. Spit it out. You can do it.
Oh my, look at this.
I am honored to serve as the Assistant Secretary for Health. I'm so grateful to President Biden.
Space is exciting. It spurs our imaginations, and it forces us to ask big questions.
Baby, today my teacher taught us that boys can
I wish she put subtitles on that. She does good work, though.
Let's get right to it. We've had an opportunity to look at your social media posts, and we've seen that, well, honestly, you've asked quite a few questions about the vaccination.
Okay.
And you voted for Donald Trump in 2020.
Mm-hmm. I did.
So we really feel that you just won't be a good fit for us right now. We're really looking for someone more aligned with our way of thinking.
Okay.
Hiya, Josie. It's Rachel. I'm good. I was calling to see what you'd like us to bring for Thanksgiving dinner. No, we didn't receive the latest booster. I guess we won't be there this year, and maybe we'll see you in 2023. Okay. I love you. All right, bye. Hi. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm just a little surprised to see everybody.
Oh, hi, Rachel. Or is it Maria or Rachel? You know what? What are your preferred pronouns?
She, her, we, us.
Okay, great. So the ladies and I figured we would just pop on and see how you're doing, congratulate you for 100,000
Right.
followers
Well,
on
drive
YouTube.
safely.
Woo! Cheers. You know, Rachel,
Wow.
I think your
You know, I just
impersonation
watched her and her
of
husband
really
staggering down the
cute.
steps,
But
fall
you know,
down
I
the
think
steps
you're
at a
also just
restaurant.
really green
I was
and
like, that's the speaker of the
experienced.
house,
This is a
man.
really hard job being in the public eye. Well, let me say, I want to be clear that I think I just said this last week. That actually let me just see what I wanted to say. Wow. Okay. You know what? Let's just circle back to you, Kareen. I think I'm gonna take it from here. Okay. You're doing a great job, though, girlfriend. Excuse me. You know, we really think your videos are really, really cute. I think you do a wonderful job with your little impersonations. And I would also like to add you're welcome for letting me ride on my coattail. You know, you've had some exposure in the public eye, and surely you know that we know that that's a lot of pressure. Madness, really it is. Creating content, or in our case, policies for people.
She
in
got
general.
yelled at
No
the other
offense,
day.
No offense, but I just don't think you have
At
what
a
it
town
takes.
meeting. Did you see that video?
I still have egg in my hair from getting booed
This
on
is the
stage
way
in
the
New York
people are
City.
talking
I
to
almost
Congress
died
people.
on January 6th, and I wasn't even in the Capitol building, and yet I almost died, like literally. I mean, look at my situation, right? I mean, I've been to the border, right? You know that I'm going to the border, and yet
She's doing
you know, the American people
she's
aren't
doing, I think,
satisfied
a whole
with that. I
movie.
made a trip there a year ago in El Paso. Not to mention, just recently, I was handcuffed for protesting. Okay, they were kind of invisible in real life, but in
Yeah,
my
remember she
head,
pretended
it was
to be
real, and that was
handcuffed? I was like, what's wrong with these people?
Okay, I'm speaking now. Am I right, Kareem? You see what I have written down on that?
Where
I
I
just
am.
think that it's time for you to take a little break. Because they say space is in space, and we want to make sure that we are cognizant of what's going on in space as well as what's going on in your much. I'm putting his drunk over here. Rachel, you know what? This is really a great time to say you gave a good show. And please stop. And so I do. One of these tastes better and is also better for your wallet. Can you guess which? During the Great Depression,
I don't know, but you get a good amount of sunshine where the hell ever you are, you sexy thing.
it's found a
Okay, so guess what? This is Mark Ruffalo. So Mark Ruffalo is calling out the DNC, right? So Mark Ruffalo used to get it right. He used to know that both parties were corrupted and that we got to get out of this two-party thing. And so he starts tweeting this. He says that the DNC doesn't educate themselves on neoliberalism and start talking about how it has failed us. Fascism is right around the corner. Democracy hasn't failed America. Neoliberalism masquerading as democracy has, and that's very well said.
Well, you know what you can see his dumbness is that he goes to DNC, they need to educate themselves on neoliberalism. Yeah, they just aren't educated enough.
That's the problem, Mark.
It was a mistake. And once they find out, they'll be horrified as you are.
Yeah, once they find out what's
Fucking
really going
crazy
on.
shit,
Ruffalo
man.
just said we're a bunch
Who was the other one the other day? Man, I was like, is this for real or is it Memorex? This is what got us in trouble, though.
So Joe Biden, you remember when he went to visit the Prince of Saudi Arabia to ask him to please give us more oil, please. This was in July. This is famous. He gives a fist bump to him. Yeah, they give a fist bump, right?
Hey, Crown Prince Obama, turn on the gas, man.
So there they go. Well, then he ended that trip. Biden ends trip with U.S.-Saudi relations on the mend, but with few other wins. Also, the relations are not on the mend.
So no wins.
No wins.
They got a hearty fist bump, a crisp fist bump.
And this is from now. So that was from July. This is from October 5th. Inside the White House's failed effort to dissuade OPEC from cutting oil production to avoid a total disaster. Didn't get it done.
They're like, disaster for who, dude?
That's right. Biden has.
What'd you say?
Now,
$15.
Now it's October 16th. Biden has
1
no
gallon?
plans to meet Saudi Crown Prince at the G.
We pull shit out of our card today. Clairvoyant, that. I can't even watch that one. That one with Ben Laden, but there was another one he did the other day. It was what? Oh, can't count to 3. Well, anyone can mess up. I don't think we need to be that mean about it. But he says, I just got 3 words for you. Hypnotize the crowd. Then you pause and you say, made in America. Yeah, so that's been a big laugh on some folks out there. But boy, this goes a lot deeper than laughing about that shit. But there was another video I wanted to just go through real quick. Can't find it. He does pretty good work here. False promises. Oh, this one was good. So this is what's going on in a New England state over here called Vermont.
Washington politicians like Bruce Poliquin concern me. This guy takes over $500,000 from the drug and insurance industries and opposed capping the cost of medicine for seniors. He was even against letting Medicare negotiate lower prices.
The very first time I ever seen anything under 10 seconds, longer than 10 seconds, where you can't skip. And I had one the other day, 20 seconds long, can't skip.
You really have a chance of winning the seat, right?
So I won
for two reasons, I would say.
So this is
One
another
that,
guy
you know,
like
two Trump
McDermott.
conservatives
You know what I mean?
that split
Come
each
on,
other's
you
vote.
son of a
Currently
bitch.
running as the Republican nominee for the United States House of Representatives seat in Vermont. I think that's where Bernie Sanders is. I had a dream about Bernie last night. It wasn't pretty. Well, I confronted him at his house. Anyway, after leaving the Marines in 2007, our guest Madden served as the chair of the board of directors of the Iraq Veterans Against the War. That's nice. He's a critic of the two-party system. He has stated that
So
if
he's in
elected,
Vermont.
he will not
And
caucus with the House Republicans.
it's pretty cool.
He's an anti-Republican running in the Republican
You
primary.
get these soldier boys to start telling what the fuck.
Let's welcome our first guest, Liam Madden is here. Hi, Liam. Thanks for
We
coming
shouldn't
on.
have been there and all that shit. Just like Vietnam.
It's such a pleasure. I
Good
joined the ranks
Vietnam
of
veterans,
people I
the best
deeply
warriors I
admire,
ever known in the army.
Cornel,
We're all
Cornel
against
West,
that war.
Yourself. So
They forgave
thank you for
themselves for what
No,
they did.
it's a pleasure to have you. Now, this is a big deal. So you're running as a hostile person inside the Republican Party, kind of like how Bernie, when he first ran in 2015, ran as a hostile, as against the Democratic establishment. He didn't do that in 2020, but he did do it in 2015. So that's kind of what you're doing?
right, just to be a credible candidate, you need to be able to remove one of the parties from the platform to at least give the voters a chance to not consider their vote a spoiler vote,
Right.
where they're just splitting it, and to give me a better chance to win. But I was not hiding the fact at all that I'm an independent, that I would not caucus with the Republicans or the Democrats, and that the two-party system is preventing us from solving problems. It doesn't represent us well. It's driving us apart, and it's controlled by oligarchs. So the Republican Party was the easier party to win a primary. The Vermont Democratic Party is kind of the establishment gatekeeper party. The candidates there were raising $200,000 in the first week of campaigning. So I just knew practically that was easier to compete in the Republican Party. And on principle, I'm an independent, but on competitive nature, I'm just a practical person.
So you actually won the Republican primary handily, according to this news report. It says you won it handily, and you defeated your two opponents by 8 points and 13 points respectively, and you now face the Democrat Becca Balint in the November election. There's just one problem, Madden. You've renounced the Republican Party.
That's cool.
And they've renounced you right back.
That's
So,
cool. Now, if
the
good
state party would not
Republicans can
commit any
see through a
resources towards
shit
your campaign
sandwich
due to your unwillingness
and
to
fucking
commit to
get this
caucusing
guy
with
in and people like McDermott,
Says
there
the
might be a
GOP
chance.
chair,
It's
Paul
that
Dave.
old oligarchy.
I've been very upfront the entire
That
election.
old
Every single chance
oligarchy,
I get
man.
to speak to the public
Them
to say,
fucking
"I'm
people
an
shouldn't be
independent
serving
running in the
more than 2
Republican
terms
Party."
and
That's
get
me
the
talking.
fuck out of
The
here.
entire theme of my candidacy is to structurally, culturally, and technologically create an alternative to the two-party dominance.
You know, and they ain't gonna vote to put a term limit on their bullshit. You know what I mean? They're making too much goddamn money. There's another one in here. Well, we're gonna shut down here again. I know, don't rush home or nothing. Yeah, I can't find that other one. Oh, this one, we were talking about this earlier. So this is what they're doing to late night TV watchers. This is a 15-second commercial.
87,000 new
And I
IRS
can't
agents.
click
Jerry Golden
net,
and
I
the
can't
Democrats
click
in
off it.
Congress voted to hire them to
This is
seize
what
another
YouTube
20
has
million
done.
from the middle
10
class.
seconds,
Jared Golden
and
votes
very
with
rare
Biden and
that you
Pelosi
couldn't click off for
83% of the
commercial.
time. It's a war on the middle class. Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska?
And I don't think it's fair to the second commercial, because you'll have less patience to sit there and watch a second to put some money in their pocket.
And you want to buy a single ticket to our stand-up shows, you can do so now. Single tickets are now available in Virginia Beach and Richmond, and we'll see you on October 16th in San Jose, California. So I want
All
you
right.
to remember this.
You want to come on?
The FDA expected to authorize new COVID boosters without data from the tested people. Just to let you know where this is now. Just to let you know where this is. Usually it takes 10 years to get a vaccine. They got this. They got that one in 3
I
months.
growed up. I'm not
Now
a
they're not
doctor.
even
I'm an
testing
idiot. I tell you, I got a 3rd grade fucking education. I'm a moron. Don't listen to anything. But God damn it, when I growed up and they said 10, 15 years to make a fucking vaccine, and you're pulling them out of the magic hat in fucking 6 months.
The boosters on people.
You know what I find, Jimmy, when I go, because whenever I do like black rooms, like not mostly white rooms, they all know all this. This is like,
So watch this. Fauci was on Colbert. He was trending today because of this appearance on Colbert where he's asked about
Big,
ivermectin.
powerful,
Watch this.
powerful.
Did ivermectin do anything? No. Okay.
People are
Humans do
lonely.
take it, but not for this purpose.
People are
Right. It does
depressed,
not help
and they're
with
watching
COVID, and it
a
could
lot
be
more
dangerous.
TV in some cases.
So that's weird. And I like how Stephen Colbert how he flipped this. So the script was
And this is a big
for
problem.
months and months. Ivermectin is
Like
horse
what's in
poison,
it? Jay Leno.
and you're a moron if you take it.
I think Jay Leno was in that same
He said
situation. He'd call on
Everybody
some
on
good
television
question
said
in
that.
there.
Fauci said everybody said that. And Stephen Colbert doesn't go, well, wait a minute, why do we lie about ivermectin then for all those months?
he won't even let a joke happen. He's certainly going to do this.
Right. Isn't that like
Someone said that it's a cure for Lyme.
Okay. Humans do take it, but not for this purpose. So now, so what Stephen Colbert just did there is called public relations for big pharma. So what he should have said, what I would have said in that situation, and what anybody with an ounce of self-respect would say,
Patriotism, Americanism,
what they would say
not globalism.
is, well, if that's true, why did you guys bend over backwards and put yourself into a pretzel to lie about ivermectin? Because that's what they did. They lied about it. If that's true, why did you lie and make people think?
I'm hearing more and more about that shit. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind having 500 of them. Any of you want to donate?
Why did Stephen Colbert have
You
to
can
tell
donate to the
everybody
Radical.
that humans do take ivermectin, but not for COVID-19? Why did he have to say that? Why did he have to say this is a human medicine? Because they'd all been saying it wasn't. All the people who get their money from Big Pharma had been lying at the behest of Big Pharma.
Did the CDC say it, like with a picture of a horse?
That the FDA put out a thing that said you're not a horse.
It was a little snarky.
So just so you know about ivermectin, it was discovered in the late 70s.
This is a
It
miracle
pioneering drug. Originating solely from a single microorganism, it has had immeasurably beneficial impact in improving the lives and welfares of billions of people throughout the world.
That was on your shelf.
Billions of people's lives have been saved by ivermectin, and they made you think it was a fucking horse poison.
But can it be dangerous?
And that's right.
How?
And Fauci says it's dangerous.
How?
It's one of the safest drugs in the history of drugs. So let's watch again. Did ivermectin do anything? No. Okay. Humans do take it, but not for this purpose.
Right. It does not help with COVID, and it could be dangerous.
Okay. Hydroxychloroquine. And it could be dangerous.
He has no right to say that.
See how he just says it?
I mean,
he says it like that.
when somebody says something like that, like here's a freedom of speech, you tell me I can't yell fucking fire in a goddamn movie, right? Why the fuck are you saying something like that as somebody at the top?
By this guy and this guy, and they won the Nobel Prize.
Fucking
for it.
unbelievable.
So Stephen Colbert doesn't say, yeah, it's taken by. Do you see how he dismissed it? That's what a propagandist does, and that's what Stephen Colbert is.
He's talking to a priest. I mean, that's him being a good Catholic dipshit talking.
That is what that is.
But Father,
you know what I mean? I'm not looking for anybody to agree with me, but common sense and patriotism, you say, well, wait a minute, my memory ain't that fucking bad, Doc. What the goddamn fuck was that shit? Fucking 14 months of that bullshit about this stuff. And they lied, and I hear more people on that goddamn radio But
So
that
that's
got piles
Fauci
of this shit.
doing propaganda, and that's Stephen Colbert.
It's
a paid
unfucking believable.
propagandist.
And
Their
they're-
bills are paid by
They have
Pfizer,
2 or 3 days of misery, and
and
that's
that's
it.
what they're doing. They're lying to you.
Yeah, don't lie.
Anti-parasite drug ivermectin shows promise against cancer.
And
before
it's an
COVID.
anti-parasite,
They were calling ivermectin a
which
wonder drug
is,
that could possibly treat cancer. That's
I
what
think
crazy
that's
drug
what
this is.
when the lime comes out, this shit would eat it right up. But you got to get the lime to come out. And I think that's use burdock.
Are you looking for analysis of the
I
midterm
think
elections
Japanese
and actual
knotweed,
facts and policies?
knotweed or
Well, take a look
burdock.
at this. Our team of editors prepared this special 100-page
And
magazine,
it
which
gets
gives
it
you
to come
fact-based
out.
summary of the critical issues like taxes, inflation, healthcare, immigration, the Second Amendment,
Yeah.
China.
Well,
and so
I
many
think
others. It gives you a
how
phenomenal
many
breakdown
people in
of which
America
Senate
that
and
watch
House
that
seats are
show?
looking to flip,
50 million
different
last night,
referendum on the ballot
or
and what
whenever
they'll be in, as well as
whenever
a
that
useful
was,
guide on how to tell when a politician is lying to you.
right?
This is quite literally a must-have overview.
And 50 million people, you got 30 million that just now they're going tomorrow. If a conversation comes up with a pro ivermectin, they're going to say, no, I watched Fauci. Fauci said that's bad shit. Don't be taking that. And I think that kind of lie, just like 9/11, just like Waco, just like Kennedy, I think that's a real evil. Like this fucking idiot on radio talking about the queers and the queers are going to rot in hell and all this shit. But that's the real problem, is lying. And it always has been. And I realize that when I watch them children burn to death in a goddamn church. Nobody paid for that either. So that don't mean you got a judicial. Your representatives should have been fucking up in arms, and they weren't. Go watch Charlie Schumer in the Waco and the Ruby Ridge hearings. Even the hardest Democrat that would blow him if he walked in the room, and there are a lot of them. Even them be saying, boy, that ain't too polite, is it? Jimmy had done was
Something to do with this?
It could be lethal. Wait,
you know,
Fauci didn't mention
cover
anything
what Fauci and what the CDC was saying. So this guy's got videos
so much?
that he did,
If
half-hour
ivermectin really
videos
didn't treat
explaining
COVID-19,
all the fucking
why
nasty shit
guys
these
lie about it?
motherfuckers were doing.
Why is basically the entire media lying about what ivermectin is and calling it a
And
horse
they're
drug?
all,
Remember Rolling
there's
Stone
no
did this? And then
representation for
every
the
news
truth.
media did the same story.
It's a
Gunshot
beast.
victims are left waiting
That's
as
your real
horse dewormer
beast.
overdoses overwhelm Oklahoma hospital. This is a picture from Oklahoma in August, and everyone's wearing winter jackets as they stand in line with gunshots.
Yeah, I was going to say the pretty casual gunshot victim. They must have a real
Do you believe that shit? I mean, and people are like brain dead. They, you know, when they get overwhelmed, not everybody. I don't mean everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people. If you don't know of you know, this is down in Oklahoma, and he's right. He says, why are these people in winter coats in August? It was 110 fucking degrees down there. Place is dry and crispy, I'll tell you that much.
Gunshots?
Yeah, I was going to say the pretty casual gunshot victim. They must have a real gunshot problem there.
And everybody repeated that. The Hill repeated that because they're garbage funded by right-wing billionaires. Newsweek repeated it because they're garbage funded by right-wing billionaires. Here, I just don't really understand why seemingly real news outlets like Newsweek, New York Daily News, The Hill didn't bother to even look into this story before they pushed this narrative.
What?
Why do you think they didn't look into this story? Because they're funded by big pharma, and that's who they're doing. They're not there to tell you the truth. They're there to manufacture consent for their fucking donors.
What does Drew Holden do? Is he a reporter? How does he not know that?
No, I mean he's ripping them.
Oh, okay.
He's saying they didn't even look into it. Didn't it sound odd to them? Wasn't it worth investigating? Maybe a single phone call? None of those outlets did that.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. They stopped doing that like years ago.
Here's Rachel Maddow tweeted out this story to her. She's got over 1 million followers on Twitter. She tweeted this out. This tweet's still up. That's still up. About patients overdosing on that. So she's paid by she's paid $100,000 a day by Big Pharma.
And some of the guys are using the paste, by the way.
$100,000 a day.
There's
From Big Pharma.
formula
And that's
in
why she
there.
lies like that. And they'll never take this down on Twitter because she's lying at the behest of Big Pharma. Oh, here's a guy from Ken Clipperstein from what do you think he takes to make his face puff up like that? Anyway, this is what he thought, right? So he's from The Intercept, right? So he works for another billionaire who's in a bed with that dirty war in Syria, lies a lot. All
You
that
coming
shit.
on here?
All right. So that's who he works for.
No,
And
I'm going to bed.
this is what he said: vaccines should not
You
be
get 2
voluntary,
hours
but
in.
y'all
I'm
are ready
good
to.
with
So he
that.
wants.
Saying y'all, you prick.
You are.
So he's for authoritarian fascism
They
and wants
throw
you to.
y'all in there to make
I
it
know.
folksy as piece of. Oh my god.
So one day, I ran into this myself. So one day, why do I bring him up? Because one day, I tweeted this out. This is from the NIH website, and it was about 19 studies that they had done on COVID, on ivermectin, and I just tweeted it out. I'm like, isn't this interesting? It's at the NIH website, and it's about the use of ivermectin. That guy, Ken Clipperstein from The Intercept, retweets me and says Jimmy Dore is a horse to wormer med guy now.
Oh, y'all ain't ready to talk to Jimmy.
So he knows he's lying.
Yeah.
So, but he knew also that nobody on Twitter knew he was lying because everybody just follows people like The Intercept or MSNBC or CNN or the New York Times or the Washington Post, and they're all owned by Big Pharma, and they all lie. So this tweet, by the way, got like 10,000 likes.
Couldn't they just read the thing from the actual thing?
Well, that's a good point, Kurt. Kurt, guess what I did?
Yeah.
I tweeted this out. I said, I don't know what's going on here, but I tweeted out an article of 18 studies from the NIH, the National Institute of Health. Not my opinion. Ivermectin is for humans. I get mine at Walgreens.
Oh, that's why they passed that law to crack
People being anti-science to dunk on me is a very weird trend. And I circled it that this thing I tweeted out is from the NIH. And he's calling it a horse.
So when you get people like that,
we are living in.
it makes life a
That
little
people can
difficult for the
blatantly lie,
truthful
doing
people.
unpaid propaganda for Big Pharma, which is what he's doing. To try to dunk it. He's being anti-science.
For America, I don't give a fuck about any other country on this planet.
At the behest of Big Pharma and the establishment.
But for this country, we shouldn't have liars like this. I mean, do you purge people? No.
Do you see what it was like? Oh, we're owning the Trumpers. That's what they thought they were doing. No, you're being owned by Big Pharma and propagandists like Ken Clipperstein. You're being owned by Big Pharma propagandists and guys who are willful liars like Ken
this shit, and it's like, no, you're buying into this shit.
And the same people who purport to be concerned about misinformation and how it spreads on platforms like Twitter will surely be silent about this ivermectin thing. Where's the gnashing of the teeth from the disinformation reporters? Where are the Twitter content warnings? Where's the outrage? There isn't any because they're lying.
Elon Musk to find him.
Because they're lying at the behest of Big Pharma.
Yeah, right.
You won't hear any because this is the acceptable type of political lie that Ken Clipperstein and
It's
everybody
political lies, you know. They just this whole thing keeps just building and building and building, and now we're going to have $15 a gallon gasoline. We'll see. I still think my coal's going to come and do a kickback, just like a fucking boomerang. They'll have so much goddamn coal to bring up here, they don't know what the hell to do with it. Them barges ain't going nowhere, I'm telling you. And I don't think early spring Mississippi flooding happens till April. It's a dry winter in this country. Them barges ain't going nowhere. And that's bad for the farmers. Because a lot of corn gets moved around for fuel, ethanol. And so they don't have them barges run the way I understand it. The farmers can't get their crops off the field and then transport it. We'll see y'all later. Have a good night. Stay well.